And we are live. I think I need to check. I need to check the sound. Let me fire up my YouTube
Oh.
app here. I think I have a around 30-second lag. I think I need to check. Yeah, okay. Is my sound okay? Can you guys check? Because I'm only hearing it
We can
through.
hear double, I think, because I heard the second time.
If you have the stream open, you're gonna hear it 2 times, of course. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
It's just because this updated again, and I'm trying to work out the settings once more.
Um,
But I think it should be okay.
I'm also thinking of like recording a bit and posting it. I'll
What do you
talk
mean?
to you later. You do you, I'll tell you later.
But what do you mean?
I
Recording what?
mean, and at the end of the day, at the end of the whole trading day,
Yep.
I revise, I like record, I tell like what was my idea, what was my bias, why was that my idea, why was that my bias,
Yeah.
where did I look for the trade, what happened during the trade, did I take it, did I not, just recap whole day and post it on YouTube, like nothing fancy, more for myself.
That is a good idea if you treat it like a religion and as a way, for example, for you to take accountability and responsibility about what you do.
Yeah.
Because, for example, I started doing that exactly for the logic of the responsibility itself, in the meaning like if I do it live and people are watching me, right? Then
like someone watching
there's
and you can't fuck up. You can't be.
It's not about that because they're gonna fuck up anyway.
Yeah, I
But
want to say.
but it's about being accountable for your actions.
Yeah.
Like if you fuck up, you fuck up. That's it. Like there's no sugarcoating it or trying to create some excuses. That's either doing that or keeping a journal. It's it's a good idea anyway, bro. You
Yeah, I
should do it.
wanted to
You
use
should
it as
totally
a
do it.
journal.
Yeah, you should totally do it. It's a good
Yeah.
idea. It's a good idea. Anyway,
What software to use to record?
I'll send you a link. It's Prism, called Prism Live Studio. For me, I used to use OBS. It's the most common one.
Yeah.
But I like this one very much. It's very practical, very easy. I'll put it up on the
Yeah, I want
Discord chat.
something brain dead.
Yeah, either that or Streamlabs. Streamlabs is also cool, but Streamlabs is a kind of like a plugin for OBS. So just by being a plugin, it makes it intrinsically complicated, So
Yeah.
okay, I would want to hide. Yeah, okay, that's it. So
Not great.
one thing that I want to do, might as well do it today. But first I'm gonna first let's talk like what happened and what we can expect maybe. But then you guys obviously are free to leave because it's gonna be a little bit boring. But I'm gonna redo everything on the Binance chart because I'm not trading MXC anymore. I'm either trading the CME or what I think is the BTC USD chart based on the charts that I see on Match Trade and stuff like that from Maven. I think it's BTC USD, or at least the values and candles are very similar there. So, first things first, let's not forget that if this candle closes like this, we're going to be inverting a bullish fair value gap, which might not be a very good thing, right? In theory. This was a weekly fair value gap. and we have just now inverted it. So that means that, for example, anywhere in this region might be a place for us to retest and continue going down. On the daily, let's check. We do not have a single fair value gap. Is this a gap? This is a super tiny gap. I don't know if I should even count it. That is very, very tiny. Now this is going to be a previous structure point. Oh yeah, we can update the range now. We can go all the way. So we're below value area low now. Point of control is way up there now, obviously, logically. Do we have a high volume node that matches this? We do, but it's not the biggest one. Let me see. Currently, this is the range POC. This is the second highest high volume node. And then we have this guy. I don't know if I should maybe put it in the middle.
From where to where did you pull your volume, please?
Numbers?
No. Just
oh, you're talking about the volume profile?
Yeah.
Go on the daily.
Okay, daily, done.
And start volume profile until this day, starting at Thursday, 29 of February.
Yeah, this is this candle. Okay, found it. And Thursday. Okay, found it. Yeah. Perfect. Thank you.
No problem. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave those 4 right there. Probably the rest are irrelevant. So changing to the 4-hour. 1 order block there. One order block here. This, in my opinion, might be too close, but we'll see. Too close in the sense that coming back here and going straight down, it's probably low probability. Now we have stacked highs over here. This is also an order block, but with the stacked highs over there, I don't think that's very probable. Low probability OB. From that sense, this is also a liquidity curve. Bless you. Was that a sneeze?
Yeah, thank you.
Bless you. That was a weird sneeze, bro, gotta say.
I put my hand on it.
How are we in terms of Fibonacci? Let's check. Okay, so let me check dailies. We have a weekly over there, and I don't know if I have it marked. Let me check. I don't. Let me mark that weekly over there. That weekly 61455, which is basically one of the order blocks that I just marked. So I think this guy is also low probability OB, but I kind of like this one. Weekly level there might be interesting. Dailies. I mean, why not, really, to be honest? I don't know. So, let me check what time. What time does the CME open? I don't remember.
You know, we are on Bitcoin. We are reacting to one daily order block. So you know.
God damn it. Normal hours of operation 6:30 EST. 6:30 EST to UTC +1. 6:30, 6:30, 6:30. 6:30 a.m. Should be, right? Okay. We're probably gonna be in stream and it will open then. Let me check something.
Will we have a CME above us to fill?
Above us? No.
So no CME in the future.
I checked this with Hori the other day. There's only one CME gap left. You wanna try and guess where? Give me a
That's
number.
impossible.
Give me a number from 15 to 70. A random
30K.
number. 30? No.
Yeah. 40.
It's at. Check it out. It is
28.
at 27. Well, the top of it is 28.
Yeah, but I don't think we're ever gonna come back to that.
Bro, a lot of people didn't think that we were going to stop dropping at 15k. Everyone thought 12k, 12k, 12k. And well, you know, we never got to 12k. I know the reason, and it's because of the CME as well. Because when we were reaching 15k, we were touching this monthly order block on the CME. It doesn't make any sense on. I'm gonna duplicate the chart here, and I'll check. I'll show you the difference. If I go to the monthly here. Oh, this is a bad example. Let's go to Coinbase, for example. Yeah. Coinbase, for example, a lot of people thought that we would go to 13k because it was this previous high, and we had an order block there, and that is what everyone was expecting, like just typical support resistance, right? And we didn't go there because the CME, when we were there, like I'm gonna flick through the both charts, and you can see the difference. when we were there, the CME touched the block. The normal charts didn't. So we pumped because the CME was the leading price action in this case. So you can consider Coinbase to be kind of like a lagging indicator, if that makes sense. So the thing is, right now, I don't want us to go much further away from where we are, simply because, let me go back here. Is this MXC? Yes, it is. If, for example, we are right now at 50, let's say 59k. It just shifted to 59k. If we shift too far away from here, we're gonna leave a gap anyway. Because the CME gap is the bottom of it is like 5870, but keep in mind that this 58700, this 58700 is not the same value as the normal charts, right? For example, this low over here. Actually, let me make a comparison for you. So this candle, this 15-minute candle, is created on Friday, the 12th of July, sorry, at 9:45. Okay. At 9:45 on the 12th of July. I keep saying June, sorry. Which is over there. Let me create a vertical line. 9:45. The price at the moment over there was 57,500, while on the CME it was 58,610. So it's kind of like a $1,000 difference, maybe $1,000 and change, you know. So with that in mind, I don't want us to go too far away, because if we do go far away, like let me put a horizontal right here on the open of that candle. If we go too far away here, it means that we are creating a potential gap. Where's my rectangle? A potential gap from here to where the price is. And if this is created when the market opens, I think there's a high chance that we revisit this low again, and then it all depends. Do we SFP it and change structure? At least on the 15 minute, for example? Do we accumulate here? Do you create like an accumulation pattern in order to have a potential support in the future? Like if we pump a little bit, and let's suppose that we go for this weekly level over here. If we do, and then react to the weekly level, meaning that we can retrace back. If we create an accumulation down here at 57, then maybe we can use that as support if there's enough volume and keep going up, which was my theory like 2 weeks ago. We fill the CME gap and then we go to the all-time high again. Like do a full range rotation of the whole space. What I mean by a full range rotation is like this is the range that we currently have, what I have inside the volume profile. So this means like going to the value area low, reacting to the CME gap in this last accumulation slash support range, and then attack the lows. Attack the highs. Because on the CME, this is also equal highs, if I'm not mistaken. Let me check. Let me go to the 4-hour. If I'm not mistaken, well, they're not exactly equal highs. They're stacked highs. The difference here is 74 to 70 to 73,940. So it's not too big of a difference. We can call it relative equal highs. But as I said, like for example, if we create too much of a gap right now, it would be nice if we start dropping before the CME gap opens. Sorry, before the CME market opens. That way we could maybe just SFP the low once again, the 57k low, and start going up. Take all of this, because this is a lot of liquidity, by the way. We do have a lot of we didn't like have decent retraces over the past days. For example, this to me is the worst part. It happened during Wednesday and Tuesday. This range, like we didn't go. We have several untested fair value gaps here. Then we dropped. We just tested the lows of this consolidation here. We just tested the lows and started going down again. So we do have a lot of liquidity to take, right? If we start going up, I think we do have a clear chance of doing a full range rotation. But it would be, I think that probability is only higher if we do not go up a lot before the market opens. So it's really like what I am going to do, and I advise you guys to do the same, is just put a price alert on that low and check what happens when it does take it, because I think there's a high chance of it's taking it. The only reason I think it's a high chance, it's because the CME is going to open above it. So there will be a gap anyway. And that will probably bring price lower then. I stand corrected. I was thinking of dinner. How? Hugh, you didn't eat yet? Let me check. 57k taken. Look for longs. I'm sorry, I only saw your message on YouTube now. Okay.
So you're basically waiting for a liquidity grab, and then
a possible change of structure. Yeah, you know the drill, the typical.
Yeah, the reversal.
One thing that would be nice is imagine that we don't go for the low right away. We do it only during Asia or maybe New York, and we respect this TR pocket. That would be amazing. Meaning we take this low again because the CME is going to open above it, so it's going to open above the gap. We take the low again, but as a consequence we maybe go for this low, which is 56,506 on MXC. And the TR pocket,
you have naked daily VWAP also.
We do? Let me check. I haven't checked points of control or anything. Nice.
Right.
That's a good confluence, yeah. Let me add that there.
So it can cover that and go up for everything.
Yeah, that would be super interesting. Do you have a point of control? Let me check. No. We just... Let me see Binance, wait. This is one of the things that I want to switch to Binance soon, because the points of control are a little bit more reliable. It's loading. Yeah, we have a point of control at 55734, if you want to take note.
How do I make it daily points of control? Which indicator?
You don't, brother. It's on the premium.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. Sorry to disappoint. But yeah, I didn't take advantage of this, but this was an insane TR pocket, by the way. I did post about it, so whoever didn't take it doesn't have an excuse. Like I don't have an excuse. And it was pretty sick, man. I pointed at 57,444, and our low was 57,040. So like 400 difference. Not bad, I guess. But it was a naked view app and naked point of control. Massive confluence there. Would be very interesting. Two things that are very interesting about this chart. This, yes, it's the, I call it the continuation TR. You got the range TR, which is when you find internal structure. You got the final TR, which is when that more classical one, which is, yeah, it's kind of like an extension. It is an extension. Basically, the TR pockets are extensions, right? But when you are expecting continuation, yeah, doing it for like the most major lows. I have shown TR pocket levels on YouTube in the past, man. Like, it's okay. I don't think anyone is very even if I do show them, they are a little bit complicated to idiots. They are a little bit complicated to master, so you know. But what I was going to say is this. Take note of the following. There is a naked view app at 53,177, and it was interesting. Like in the beginning of July, it was interesting because it wasn't reached and it was at the top of a weekly order block, right? But if we go to the CME chart, we did react to that weekly order block. We basically created equal lows with it, which, as I've been saying, is not a very good sign, but it could be good enough just for us to take the highs, like fill the gap, go for the all-time high again, and then come back for these equal lows, which obviously would not be a bullish thing, right? Obviously, but I see it so crystal clear as a possibility, like I cannot ignore it, which would give us confidence for the theory of going to 47k. But anyway, what I mean by this is this weekly order block and the gap, sorry, not the gap, the view app is basically like we should almost consider this as non-existent, both the naked view app and the weekly order block, because the matter of fact is, because the CME already created a very big reaction to this, if we come back here, it's done, man. That order block is not going to do anything. That weekly order block is not going to do anything. We might obviously have a possible scalp, for example, from taking this 53k low that we have here of the beginning of July, just as a classical liquidity grab, you know. But I don't think it's gonna hold price long term. No way. So what I'm thinking is, currently we are a little bit above the gap. The CME hasn't opened yet. Actually, I'm being dumb as fuck, man. All I have to do to check where the CME opens is check the last Monday.
Don't swear.
Ah, oh, god damn it, I forgot. Hey Jose, finishing up my cardio. Cool. So it opens at 11, so it will open in 40 minutes from now. Ideal scenario is this chart and all other charts are below the CME gap when it opens. So that, for example, during Asia, that would be the dream scenario. During Asia, we take out this low again, react to the VWAP of 56122 if you want to take note. Actually, my line here is wrong. Let me just correct that. Oh, maybe it's not because I'm sorry. Wait for that number because I'm on the 4 hour and it's not very reliable on the 4 hour. $56,212. VWAPs and points of control are better checked on the 30-minute. And we have that VWAP there, or the point of control at 55,734 naked. That would be like the dream scenario, man. Take this low over here. I don't even know, do we have any kind of order block over there? Let me check. Not a very clean one. No. About the daily? No, it would be, if it works, it'll probably just be a very classical liquidity grab. There is a 15-minute order block here, but let me see, is this a vector? Ooh, man, this wick being a green vector, I don't know, man. I don't trust those wicks like that.
Yeah.
4 hour possible head and shoulders, but it could be. Wait, let me try to see what you mean. Oh, you mean an inverted head and shoulders to go up? Is that what you mean? Or do you mean right now? Us creating right now?
You're still in the replay.
Man. Thanks, bro. I was being a dumbass.
Swearing.
Yes, this is BTC. A dumbass is not, and it's not a swear word, is it?
I know.
No, I will do the S&P and Nasdaq. But I'm gonna be checking Bitcoin and gold first. Yeah, man, I guess that's the plan because there's nothing more to think about this, in my opinion.
Recap, like simpler terms, and for
Yeah.
someone who may not understand, like simply put it.
It's simpler possible logic is take out this low over here.
Yep.
So I'm even gonna, maybe it's better to understand like this.
Yeah.
Possible setup.
Of course, wait for a reversal model.
Yeah. Possible setup. Well, actually, to be honest, that equal highs on Binance. They are, that area over there is the CME stacked liquidity that I talked about. That area over there.
Yeah.
That is also interesting because if we go down there, that's a 786 retracement. Typically, the 786 retracement creates at least a minus 272 target, which is 73k on CME, which means like 72, I guess.
It aligns.
Yeah, it aligns over there. It aligns over there. Let me see the Fibonacci from this low to that high. Yeah, 786 down here. 272 is 74. Would be a new all-time high. 74. 74, 637. Let's see if this comes true. I'm gonna leave it marked there. But this is what I mean.
And watch out for the daily bearish order block, right?
Yes.
Because if you're long, you have to be vigilant
That might be the strongest resistance we have. I think the strongest resistance is, let me go to MXC where we were marking the order blocks. The strongest resistance might be this weekly level over here, 61455. Let's say 61450. So game plan would be take out the low again, react to the naked VWAP at 56-ish, see a reversal model, see like a 15-minute structure change to the upside, and you know, just go long, maybe take profit at 61 450 or 400, just to be safe, because that might be the resistance that brings us lower. If not, dude, I think this liquidity looks juicy, very easy, and it would be a full range rotation, would be putting us back inside the range. And typically when we get back inside big ranges, we tend to go all the way up to the opposite side of them. So yeah, that's basically the game plan. If we don't see a reversal model, well, it's doomsday. Altcoins are gonna bleed. Bitcoin's gonna bleed.
Short everything, guys.
Short everything, 200x minimum.
Yeah, because if that happens, you can't miss.
Yeah. Yeah, I think this is kind of like last chance for this range, man. Also take into consideration that if this fails, this low at 53k will probably not work. It will probably not work because, just as a reminder, this was already mitigated on the CME chart. Okay.
Yep.
It's kind of useless now. And on the CME chart, we created equal lows, which makes it even worse. So I think if that fails, man, it's looking kind of
bad for Bitcoin.
Yeah, I was going to say bad for people. I don't know if he's
holding
he's there.
Bitcoin.
Yeah, I was gonna say bad for people like Enigma if he's still holding altcoins and stuff like that. If not, it's all good. But I guess time will tell. And now, also let me check. Yeah, I need to see. I need to check. Let's do other charts, and I'll come back to Bitcoin when the CME gap opens, because I want to see how the volume profile of the CME changes when the market opens again. I want to see if this point of control will still be the same, or if after or during the Asia session, if this point of control and value area low shift lower, because if they shift lower, that might give us an indication if that weekly level that I was talking about, this guy over here, 61450, it might give us an indication if that is a higher probability area or not. This this area over here is also interesting. Let me mark this out too. We have a bunch of lows here with fresh daily levels, and it is one of the TR pockets. I just noticed that now. It is one of the TR pockets, the -272. So that might also be an interesting level. A candle from July 24, all that range. Look what it did then and how price reacted. Let me check. Where are you, Biped? Yeah, okay. get it. Wait, your 5-minute chart is kind of confusing. What are those lows? 54. When is that? Let me change to the 5 with you. Where the fuck are you? 54. Are you here maybe in this section? It looks like this section. 24th of July.
Now you have some new people here. I haven't
24
seen.
or 20? You mean July or June? 24th July, 12:10. Do 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 do. 24. +3. Okay, let me change to +3. Right. I knew you were, dude. I knew you were wrong. I was finding it very weird because the numbers don't add up, but I was recognizing this move on your image, this one in the middle over here. So yeah, I think I see it. I think this is a bit different on MXC, no? The candles are... I think the candles look very different from your image. Very different. It's this one, right? No. Yeah, the chart looks really different. Yeah. It's this section. 4th of July. Let me see your new one. Oh, that one. Okay. What do you mean? You're talking about this white one that I have? You're talking about the white one? Or the bullish one or the bearish one? Because, for example, as you know, this is what we call an alpha block, right? Let me see what you posted. Okay. I always thought you were talking about alpha blocks, man. Not this. This is just a doji, you know that, right? Well, not a perfect doji. The body is a little bit... you know. It's called an inside bar, if you want to look at it that way. Let me extend that. Let me change the color. I don't know if I have templates for that. Let's put this in orange or whatever. And extend. Yeah. Yeah, that we came there. It wasn't tested? It wasn't untested. You can see why, you understand why I'm having trouble, like, considering it, right? You understand why, right? Yeah. Everything that is tested, it might be an area of high volume, and as such create some kind of reaction. But that's all it means. It's a high volume zone, bro. Yes, it's high volume. You know why, right? Because it's a doji. If it's a doji, it means both buyers and sellers are really fighting that area, so a lot of orders get created. Whoever wins leaves a lot of orders there, and whoever loses tries to hold them, and tries to fight the trend going against them. So it's all that is, bro. Like, if you, I think you're gonna lose your I was gonna swear. I think you're gonna lose your mind trying to find these little things, man. You know, like, just mark out a high volume node. That's it. You see a reaction? You see a reversal model? Cool. Get on it. You know what I mean? You're gonna lose your mind like that, brother. You're gonna.
I'm back.
Hey.
What were you saying? Like, just
I'm saying that Vance is gonna lose his mind.
Yeah, I saw that.
He's looking at such intricate and
he wanted to know why
candles.
it's up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna lose your mind, man.
Don't
do that to yourself. Okay. This is done. I will post. How should I make this simpler? Because there's a lot of lines. Oh man, there are too many lines on the chart. Let me try to make this simpler. Actually, I think this Fibonacci is irrelevant for now.
I think you're done with Bitcoin.
Let me go back here. It's probably best to go back here. So this VWAP is worthless now. Point of control worthless. This is worthless, 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 worthless. This is all that matters, I guess. Let me just check the recent ones. So this one goes a little lower. That one is not needed. This is the current one. This is a naked one. Correct, correct, correct. Non-existent. Okay, I think that's it. Let's change to the 4. Hide this. Hide this. Hide this and this. Might as well leave that. I don't need the VWAP and the PVP anymore. So it's important to mark out this guy. And it's important to mark out the weekly. Where was the weekly? I think it's that guy over there. Okay. I'm gonna write here possible SFP to make it a little bit more clear. Bigger letters. After market open. Okay. I can delete. I can leave that, whatever. Where did I... Oh, I know. Let's just do this TR pocket over here. The most recent one. And put this to the right. Go back to the 4. Okay, this is probably relevant now. Oh, actually, let me check something. Double DRT. That would be bad, going to 54. It's a possibility though. But that's not how I used to check this. I used to check it like this, I think. Okay. This would make sense. Yeah, I'm gonna leave it like that. I guess that's it. Is that range POC correct? I didn't check it here. It is, okay. Maybe put this on the center. I feel it's important to not hide the fact that that weekly order block is already mitigated on CME, just so people understand that it's not gonna do a whole lot if it goes there. Okay, I'm gonna leave it like this. Let me just copy this image, post on the Discord, and I'll come back to it later. BTC USD. What day is it today? 4. Okay, 4 on my time zone. 4th 0408 2. Okay. I think that if I don't touch it, it will stay as a trapped. Yes, it will. Okay, cool. That way I can just continue that later. Okay, let's do gold then. Starting with the CME. So first of all, the equal high is still a possibility. Oops. The equal high. Sorry, the all-time high. Still a possibility. Now looking back, we were not able to close below that daily fair value gap, which is a good thing. And this also means that we are still in a possibly bullish trend. This daily level was very well respected. Didn't go there. Almost came here. Are there any others? There's another one there, not touched. And this one, let me mark that one. Was it touched? Close, okay. Oh, but that means that it did react to this guy. Ah, interesting. Let me put it as a normal line. Okay, so we are still bullish. Changing to the 4-hour. We reacted to that tiny, well, not exactly tiny, right? It's a 4-hour order block. So reacted to both these points. When the market opened, we left this gap over here. It would be nice. Would be nice to treat this 4-hour candle as a power of 3. If we go lower first and take out the low, then continue going up, that would be interesting. What do we have? Kinda have good lows over there, to be fair. Those lows are not bad at all. And we close the market shifting structure. There's not a lot of liquidity though. Let me show you something. the major liquidity that I was thinking that would be a little bit dangerous to leave was this one. And we took it. This is on the 15-minute. We took it, man. Like, reacted to this block now. I don't know if that was a point of control, maybe. Let me check. It wasn't. I wonder what's the... Can you rephrase the question? I don't get it. I don't know. And to be honest, guess what? What I know is that what's on the CME chart, that's more often than not the truth, and I'll explain that by showing you two charts. And I'm just gonna start here. Let me hide these guys. Just notice three things. On Monday, October 2022, you cannot see very well, but those are 3 hits to the low, 2 SFPs. After doing 3 SFPs over there, we create this sort of block and this low. It takes it, does an inverted fair value gap, reacts to the middle of this fair value gap, and then leaves relative equal highs over here, right? After doing that, it takes out this low as an SFP and then continues on to the liquidity target. When it gets here, notice that we create a lower low, we take out this high with an SFP, we take out this low as an SFP, and then we take out the high again as an SFP. We did leave equal lows over here, so I don't want to exclude the possibility of us continuing to go down, right? However, taking the all-time high again is completely possible. Now this is the CME, okay? I'm gonna show you now the FXCM chart, which is, in my opinion, one of the most reliable CFD charts. Now, October, Monday, 22, equal lows. That V-shaped recovery that you see didn't happen here, equal lows. It broke the high after taking this. A lot of people will probably be thinking like, we're gonna take the lows now, these equal lows, right? But we didn't. Why? Because the CME did take it. After going up, we create relative equal lows again. And then almost everything is the same, except that second low that I talked about didn't happen here. That second SFP that I talked about didn't happen here. What does that mean? Let me go back. That means that this lower here that was an SFP, that doesn't exist on all of the charts. So a lot of people might be wanting to come here, and maybe they're not gonna get that. Not until we make a new all-time high again. I don't know, but that's interesting. Hello, Elena. Hey, Andrew. Yes, the chart of lies. Yes, in theory the highs are weak. In theory. So, going back here. Sorry, where was I? I was this one, okay. So going back here, we reacted very nicely to this, took out all this bad liquidity there. I'm gonna add here, would be nice to be a power of 3. So maybe take out the low of the open of this candle, unless we react to one of these blocks, 15-minute blocks. Oh, actually, wait. So it is possible. Like, imagine a situation like this would be taking the open, blah 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 blah. That's a possibility. Another possibility would be to take that low I don't like these lows over here. These lows over here are kind of terrible. Yeah, I'm gonna mark out this guy. I'm gonna set an alert for the top of that guy. If that was an SFP that has a weak on that R1 alpha block, 50% can't get mitigated, or it's a bad block. Let me try to understand what you mean. Are you talking about this one? Is this the one you mean? But this is okay, I understand, but this is also a good marker to take into account. Did we leave a point of control or view app there? Let's see. No, that kind of sucks. You know why that kind of sucks? Because we have more resistance than support, maybe. Considering that we have more resistance than support, 2439.1. So that actually tells us, yeah, we should, but that also tells us basically that if we are not able to go past this big area over here, let's mark out only the last. Actually, let's go to the 15. That's kind of a weird price action. Was that news? That was definitely news, right? That has to be news. Yeah, 130. Can delete that now. Let's go to the 15 and check vectors here. Ooh. Oh boy. So 2439, very interesting for a long. You see the vector down there? And the point of control at 2507, also very interesting for a short. It's kind of interesting because both of them target each other. Getting a short here would be to target 2439, getting a long here would be to target all-time high. Probably. Let's do the range of all of this. Oof, kinda hard to see where to start the volume profile. It'll go past. We're in a recession. Gold will perform, if not this time, this year. And neck. Jesus, man, your grammar sometimes. It will go past. We're past what? It'll go past what? We're in a recession. Oh. Yes, of course, man. Of course. Go the lower the dollar goes, you know the story. I'm a little bit, I don't know where to draw the volume profile here. It's a bit of a odd case. I'm thinking about doing from the vector down over here, this red one, and that would put, that's actually interesting because the value area high is where the price reacted to on Friday. But it puts our point of control way down there, way below the point of control that I was thinking about. What happens if I do it from here, which was my initial thought? Basically the same. I think it made no difference. Yeah, basically the same. I'm gonna leave it like this. So we did, this blue line is a value area high. This one over here. That's a very nice reaction to the point, to the value area high and the order block that I mentioned. However, the lows seem to be a bit ugly.
Ugly.
Ugly. I like this block. I'm gonna keep it because of the point of control over there as well. This is more like a 30, I guess. Yes. Everything is a vector, dude. Like, what the hell?
Can I ask something, Andre?
You can ask whatever, my friend.
You remember, my friend, when you said like in the morning you lost money and in the afternoon that's why you switched to the trading later hours, right?
Yeah.
To New York. On which pairs does your currently... Where did you make
Where is that
money
happening?
back? No, not when, but what, were you trading gold, Bitcoin? What works best at after kill zone on New York?
Oh, it was the New York strategy, the one that I have on Alpha Education channel. Like leaving,
yes.
yes,
Okay.
letting the 15-minute open of the range happen, and then waiting for a liquidity grab of one of the sides and targeting at least the opposing side. That has been working very well for me. Very well. That last short that I posted about was a huge short. I could have made a little bit more money on that, but I exited on some equal lows. We will talk about that probably today.
Yeah, but can I trade Bitcoin? When is the best time to trade Bitcoin? In the morning? Is it too choppy or what? What?
In my experience, 3-3. What I mean is change to UTC +1 and mark out 3 a.m. and 3 p.m. Those are very interesting timings for Bitcoin every day.
So
I don't know if they are the best.
Either I trade like New York or I trade Asia because 3 a.m. is gonna be Asia.
Yeah.
So it's best for America.
You're +2, right? UTC
yes.
+2.
So that's 2 p.m. for me.
In your case, I would try to focus on doing New York Open then. Just because, for example, while you are in vacation.
New York Open, you mean for me to wait till the New York Open ends, like kill zone, and then?
No, Bitcoin is a little bit different than the S&P and Nasdaq, bro.
Okay.
The pattern that I'm talking about happens very, very often. The liquidity hunt happens very, very often on NQ and S&P. Okay. Bitcoin, however, a lot of the times it's just like there's some kind of turtle soup, for example, a liquidity grab and then an FVG reaction, and then it just goes, you know, like.
Yeah, it doesn't tend to chop. You
Yeah.
either catch the big trade or you don't get anything.
Yeah, a lot of times, yes. So, you don't really. Hey, look at where the CME started.
Oh. So what does that
Can you see
mean
it?
right now?
Can you see it? You see it there?
Yeah, down there.
This is good, man. This is bullish. Like, let us drop a little bit more, fill this up just a tiny bit more, and then we have a reason to go up, right?
Yes.
Let's see where this candle is. I'm on the 1 minute, and this is Friday at 9:59. My birthday at 9:59. So let's check out BTC USDT on Binance, and let's check oh, I went too far. Second of August, 10:30, good enough. So vertical line 9:59 is here. So this is a bearish candle, so the close is here. Very interesting and ugly order block there. Let's get out of replay. Where are you? Okay. What is that red line? Why do I have a red line there? Just to mark out the close, right? So it's not anything special, bruh. So I guess coming to 6, 3, 4, 5, 6 is very likely. Very, very likely, man. Long 200x, bro. I don't know exactly when, but we are very probably going up there. At least. Whatever happens after that is a little trickier to check. But we are very probably going up there. Now, the thing is, we need to be a little bit careful with Hong Kong open. Wait for Hong Kong. Maybe. That's your maybe best practical idea. For example, if we have a power of 3 where we manipulate to the downside after Hong Kong opens, if we manipulate to the downside and then shift structure up, there is a big chance that you can catch that long and take it at least to this naked view up 63610. Sorry, it says 63606. Let me change that. 63606 at least, and I'm saying at least because that's a 4-hour breaker block. That's a 4-hour pivot point there that might cause some kind of reaction, and as such can be a good might be a good resistance. Is the macro 50% again? Let me check. When you say, are you talking about this? Or are you talking about something more specific? Last high to low. This? Or this drop? Because if that's the case, that's what I already have on the chart. Or is it? No, it's not. It's not. I'm sorry. Yes, 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 yes. But I had that. I don't know if you remember. I had this Fibonacci, and I said I'm gonna delete this because I want to see what the CME, where the CME starts. Remember that? So yeah, it has already started, so it's relevant. However, if we SFP like we were talking about, and go maybe to 56212, then that Fibonacci will be something like, let's suppose something like this. It's basically the same thing. It doesn't change much. What I thought you were going to say was this. Because I like this TR pocket very much. We have a bunch of reactions, especially on the CME. Let me change the CME and I'll show you what I mean. Maybe better on the daily. From this high to this low. Why that high? Because that was the first time that we took the previous all-time high, okay? And then we had a massive reaction. And so I think this is a very interesting one. And by the way, that does put us with a next target of that high over here there. Next 1272. Speaking of reactions, where's the 786 of this? Okay, it's a little bit above. I was hoping that it would line up better with this, because for this reaction. Oh wait, I have this wrong. $80K? Time will tell. But I like the 272 lining up basically a $1,000 difference over there. That's interesting. Okay, so yeah, ideally we want to see some kind of manipulation to the downside on the New York Open, sorry, the Hong Kong Open, and then we'll see. Okay guys, let me go back to what we were talking about on gold. Okay, that's actually kind of perfect. Remember me talking about this gap? We tested it going down. If we go down, now what we have to look out for is this order block. Take this liquidity, that would be nice. And then time will tell. Basically time will tell. Let me check regular trading hours if there's a decent gap anywhere. Oh, is that a... wait, do we have a gap down there that is not tested yet? No, not really. Never mind. So actually, we don't have... locally, we don't have RTH gaps except filling that one. That would be kind of bearish. This one is completely filled. This one is completely filled. That might be one of the reasons we reacted here. Filling the gap and reacting to a support area. So we have that. Ooh, that's big. I haven't checked this in a while. We have a lot of gaps to the downside, man. So there's a lot of reasons to go down. I guess we kind of have to check what Asia does. Might be a good indication today. But this already started as a reaction. Kind of a bad one. starting like that. Let's see. If it continues going up, then maybe this 30-minute order block will be useful. Either that or this guy over here. The VWAP is at the very middle of that. That's insane. It's insane how perfect it is. 2493, correct. And at point of control. These two places should be reaction points. I'm gonna post about them. Let me just share this. I'm gonna... Never mind what I'm going to post on Alpha 33. Okay. Now, S&P. That is a big gap, Jesus. I remember mentioning that I don't like this this area very much. However, going back, you know, it's just like an overall support resistance zone, I guess. Damn, how perfect can that be? Is that because of this? Probably because of this daily level. Gonna leave that there. Do we have another one like that? Yeah, one here. And this guy, maybe not very relevant, I guess. We don't have like really perfect ones like this, reversals like this. I think I'm just gonna leave it at that. The thing is that we are potentially in a very bearish market, right? So let me just check the monthly because of that candle over there. Yeah, this is interesting. This guy here. Let me mark that as a monthly. This too. This too. And that as well. Okay, weekly. I don't think I'm gonna mark anything that is not already obvious. Nothing that pops out on the weekly, in my eyes, at least. Sorry, minimize the chat. I don't know if you're writing anything. Okay, not. So it is interesting. Two things. It is interesting that maybe the 4 hour. Let me just check the 4 hour. Was that an SFP? It was. So we did take these lows. But damn, that low over there really looks ugly as hell. This was a 4-hour reaction. And this block was created. Oh, that block is nice, man. Losing this block is a very, very bad omen. Why? Because this block was created after a major liquidity grab. And when it happened, it was both the liquidity grab and the reaction to the previous support that was there, that block. So that means that if we lose, for example, we just reacted to this low, and this low is a reaction to that order block, which in turn is a reaction to this liquidity grab and this order block. So all of this is mitigated. If we lose this low, at least this low should be taken. 5253 at least. Is there an SFP? Yes, it is. So this is an SFP of this guy. This is a reaction of that guy. So I'm gonna guess that these highs might have something to say. What are you guys on the daily? Okay, untested fair value gap there. I like that area, man. I like 5218. I like that. Where are you? Yeah, I like this area. And if that low is also taken, there can be a drop to 5205. Yes. And possibly have a reaction to the upside. Yeah. I agree. I agree. I don't know why 5205 specifically. Do you have a reason for that? Because to me, it's either the daily fair value gap or like in lower time frames, this already sucks. Like having this wick over here is kind of terrible. If I have to pinpoint something, May 31, May 31, May 31. Oh yeah. Oh, wait, but I'm watching this on the CME. 5205, you're referring to what chart? Because on the CME, this is 5270. Yes, I'm talking about the ES as well, but on CME. Are you talking about the ES on any other chart other than CME? Because if not, then 5205 doesn't make sense. This low, that wick that you're talking about, is 5270. Do you have any idea if top step? Yeah, sure, you can go ahead. You can talk, by the way, as well. If you have a microphone, that is. I wonder if top step uses the CME chart. Okay, give me a second. I'm watching.
What's going on, bro?
It's all good. How are you feeling?
So let me see. Can you? I'm alright, bro. Just here. I'm in a position I know I shouldn't be, but let me see if I catch something.
Good luck, man.
Yeah, I know. Very good luck. Actually, let me just keep. I mean, I already lost some money like an idiot, but it's just. Anyways, so let me just go back to. So you can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay, so this is what I see. Let me just zoom out. Um, so okay.
Do you mind being on YouTube?
Um, yeah, no, I don't, doesn't bother me.
Okay. Just because if we're gonna talk about your view and
Okay.
I'm looking at it, then it kind of sucks that people don't see it. Just so they know what we're talking about. I'm watching.
No, that's fine, bro. Don't worry about it, man. It's all good. So look at the. So I'm in the daily time frame, right? So
Yep.
this is what I see. Just trying to catch some grabs here real quick, but anyways, so all right. As you can see clearly, there's a left shoulder, head, and then right shoulder over here,
Right.
and then downside, right? The only thing that I see, so these are my previous lower days and recent higher days that I mark on my charts.
Mhm.
What I see is that we could possibly have a reaction here on the recent low of day, which this was on Friday's recent low of day. We could have some sort of reaction to the upside here, to the recent high of day, just to I'm sorry, excuse me, the recent low of day, which is on Friday, possibly having a reaction to the upside on Friday's recent high of day, just to fill in the gaps to the left. If you see this over here, and then
Mhm.
potentially have a drawed back, continuation, the bear move. Because if you just zoom in, I mean zoom out a bit, this wick right here catches my attention a lot because this was a huge reaction to the upside. Huge,
Yes.
huge, huge, and pretty much what caused the last bull run.
What numbers do you have on that wick?
This one right here. Okay, so this is the top step chart. So right here, this is the 520575 that I was referring to.
Let me check something. Don't go anywhere. Let me check something
No
on
problem.
my chart. If I go to SPX, was that on daily? Were we talking about it on the daily? I was, right? I
So
think.
you could see it both in the daily, obviously, and also on the 4 hour time frame.
Because
Oh,
if
and
I
also on the
go,
1 hour.
it's
Hmm.
interesting because if I go, for example, and that's maybe what is happening there. If I go, for example, to the chart of FXCM, one of the brokers,
Right.
it's not exactly the net number that you have, but it does
That's it.
say 5193, so it's a hell a lot closer to 5205, which is what you have, right? Or 5206.
So now, as you can see my screen, this is my trading view chart on trading view, not on top step. So it's a little different too as well because I have it here lined up this line, which will be
You you
520570.
probably, when you started streaming, you probably chose to stream the app of TopStep instead of the screen, so I'm not seeing
But
TradingView.
doesn't. Okay, let me see. How could I change that? Give me
Yeah, there's
one
a
second.
like a little arrow on the streaming button that says, if you click it, says change windows, and if you click that, you can choose a screen instead of an application.
Where do I do that? I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm right now. Where is my mouse? This is my first time I'm doing it, so this is
No
stop
problem.
streaming. Let me see. Okay. Oh, change windows. Okay,
Hmm.
got it.
And then you have a little tab that says screens, right, instead of apps.
Yeah, yeah.
And if you
This
choose the screen,
application is okay.
oh, that,
Got you.
yeah.
It only shows one screen. So screen one is that
Where do you have your trading view? Do you have two
okay, let me
screens?
see. No, it's in the same. It's on my same laptop.
Oh, it's just, you probably only have one screen then, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, choose that one.
Okay, so can you still see my trading view charts or no?
Not yet. I don't think you clicked it yet, did you?
Okay, let me try this one more time. I'm sorry, boss.
So, bro.
Change windows. Okay. Tap step back. Okay, let me click on this one. Go live. All right.
Now I can see it, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, TradingView, the actual platform TradingView and TopStep is very different in a sense. Like sometimes they're off by by a few ticks, which is kind of pretty annoying. So here on TradingView, the what I see here, this is the 1 hour time frame. Let me just do the 4 hour, so it could be very
Man,
clear.
that's really weird.
I don't
You
know. I don't know. I don't know. If
You
that's
are
some
on
sort of
the ES1, and so am
yes,
I. I
yes.
chose
So
ES1 CME, so we are supposedly on the same chart, but that low for you says 5205,
yeah,
right?
yeah, 5205.50.
And on my chart it says 5270. It's
527.
nuts. Oh
Excellent.
wait, am I looking at the same place even? Let me check.
Are you on the right? Because the one that I'm on
You're on
TradingView
the
that I'm on,
4 hour. Let me
it's on
check.
the
Maybe it's my problem. Wait. What is the day of the wick? 31
that
of
is the
May.
same.
That right?
Yes. Correct.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I have 5270, but you have 5205. That's really confusing because we're supposedly looking at the same chart.
Correct.
Supposedly. That's weird. Oh,
Yeah.
wait, you're on the mini. Yeah, yeah, I'm on a mini too. Yeah. I was confusing now with the micro, but again, the mini and the micro I think should have the same numbers, I think.
Yeah, it should be the same exact thing. This almost identical.
Yeah.
It's usually off by a few ticks, but it's
Yeah.
very identical.
Okay, never mind, man. But I do agree with your analysis.
Because even on 4 hour, you could still see that head and shoulders clearly, even though there's a lot of up and downs. But you could, if you was to make a, draw the head and shoulders, you could see it. So I could see it could be a potential, like I was saying, if you look at my trading view chart, the same thing that I have, I also put it in my top step. So
go to the 15 minute, please. Let me show you something.
gotcha.
And zoom in where we are right now. That gap where you start your blue path,
Yeah,
filling that gap because it's the market open gap is very
right.
probable. So if you're in a long
Yeah,
until getting to that point,
yeah.
you're kinda safe.
No, yeah, I know. I took a huge risk. That's
Yeah.
why I saw it. I was like, this could be two reactions. One, it could open up a strong bull and just, and meet this equal high over here, and then continue the drawdown.
Yeah.
Or it could just, halfway meet it and then drop back down, create a wick, as you can see the doji here in the 15 minute, which is a nice doji.
Yeah.
If you're one of those who use, what is it, candle patterns as confluences, which I do.
I
I
do.
like
I
to
do.
use that.
Yeah, I do.
That's a beautiful, nice, strong doji. I like how that one closed in the 15-minute time frame. So that could be a potential, bull run, like you said, to the upside, which that's exactly what I'm looking at here. But again, like as you can see in my lines that I made here, that's my view based on. Excuse me.
I generally, just as a general tip, I don't know if this helps. I will have more information during the next upcoming weeks because I'm gonna be trading the Asia session,
Right.
and I'm probably not gonna take trades on the NQ while I'm learning it.
Right.
I usually only trade NQ or ES during New York Open. But one thing that I expect, and I don't know if how right I am, but one thing that I expect is for the Hong Kong Open to be a classical power of 3, meaning that they, in this situation, if they range where price is right now, around your entry, if they range there, then I expect them to grab the low first and only then go up. So I work a lot with the session openings because they typically create patterns that are a little bit more recognizable, and as such, it just makes my life easier. Let's put it that way.
Also, you mentioned earlier that you use the the 5-minute opening range strategy.
I do, like, I look for liquidity hunts of the 15-minute opening range. Yes.
Yeah, I use the same exact thing. Here I wasn't. I don't know. You can still see. Can you see my screen? I am now on the top step. Actually, let me just.
No, I'm still watching
Okay.
TradingView.
All right.
I guess you have to change it again.
Man, I have to buy some more. I guess more monitors, man. Well, I'm not there yet. So be patient, guys. Once I'm more successful, we buy more monitors.
No, that's the thing. You don't have to for this particular
No,
situation.
yeah.
You just have to choose
But
a screen instead of application.
But I do see the benefit. So look,
Yeah.
so right now I'm pretty sure you can see my screen, right?
Yes.
Okay. Nice. Look at that. All right. So this right here, this one candle is the 5 minute opening and closing. So I was a little impatient, but this is what I use on my New York. For the 90% of the time I trade New York. I don't
Me
know
too.
why last week I decided to trade Asia, and if I correct me if I'm wrong, I think it was you that called. Well, you didn't call me out, but you gave me an advice, and it was like, Asia and Aussie is usually the range, and be careful. And I was like, yeah, you're right. You're right. That's right. But again, pardon my French. I'm from New York. I tend to be a little bit of a dumbass, and I don't listen. I guess it's just the New York thing.
Man, I guess everyone does that. It's not about
But
that. It's more about
what I like about this strategy is that it's if you're the kind of trader that you want to get one in and done, you
yes.
know, just to manage your risk management and all that stuff, and not
It
overtrade.
can
I like
totally
to,
work. Yeah.
yeah, it totally works. It's you could easily catch one or two and you're done, and before like you said, before that liquidity grab gets you and just goes back on drawdown, you
Yeah.
know.
Well,
But this is a very go ahead. Sorry.
no, I was just going to say, like, for example, I don't do what you are doing right now is very different because you're trading the open of the CME, not exactly a specific um, market session. You know what I mean? Like, for example, that
Yeah.
is just the simple opening of the market, and in that moment, what you essentially have is Sydney trading, which is one
Yes.
of the lowest volume sessions. So whatever they do, if they keep doing it, like if they want to go up, they will probably go up. They don't manipulate as much as the other sessions. So
Yeah, because it's not a volatile session
exact.
or not even volatile, but it's not a session of interest where everyone wants to go in.
I would change those. I would change that sentence in
Okay.
to it's not as manipulative, right?
Okay.
The
Thank you.
the other sessions typically go for liquidity hunts, because people, as they are trading and getting into positions, they tend to get in too late,
Right.
and that creates typical liquidity and typical trades that shouldn't happen, like people trading, opening shorts right after price takes lows, for example. That's just a bad idea. You're basically trading the most possible low section of the whatever range that you're in, right? And so that happens a lot because also more people are trading that area, so liquidity hunts are
Right.
just more probable.
Okay.
What you're trading right now makes the opening range the breakout of the opening range a little bit more probable, just because it's not very manipulative in comparison.
Okay.
Um, I never
Now,
back
what's your
tested
habit?
that, but you can probably check out how many times can you just trade the breakout of Monday on CME and see how many times you could have taken money off of that, because that's probably something that just works. I never tested that. That's an interesting idea to check.
Hmm. Nice.
But for example, right now, that's a 5 minute, right?
Yes,
Right
sir.
now on the 5 minute, I wouldn't want price to go back
Yeah.
below your entry. I know that you already moved your stop,
Right.
but for example, testing that 5 minute gap and failing it or filling it completely,
Or halfway.
that's a bad sign. That's like better close the position because you're probably not gonna get much more off of that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
That's what
filling
I'm
the
like.
gap, I think it's very probable. Filling that
That's why as you can
market.
see, that's why I'm like closing in my stop loss just in case, scaling in just in case.
Yeah.
Like you said, like right now, there's a high probable chance that it will fill in. There's a gap, as you can see, definitely. But then there's also another probable, that it will just meet a halfway, and then you get the drawdown.
That
Hey, it's the
can
market. It's
happen. That can
right.
happen in order for price to start ranging a bit, so that Asia and China, and actually
China.
it's the other way around. It's Japan first, it's Tokyo first, and then China. so that they do their typical manipulation. That can perfectly happen. Yep. But I would, to be honest, I would maintain my take profit up there. If you're lucky, you're lucky. If you're not, you're not. But just trail the what I generally do, and I don't know how useful this is to your trading style, but what I generally do is I go on the 1 minute. For example, I would mark out that 5 minute fair value gap that you have,
Yeah.
and create a box just to know where it is. And for example, you have order blocks that are just below the 5 minute gap that can still be tested, so I would not move my stop loss before testing that area, which probably is the gap itself. There's a
Talk about this over here.
yeah. Did we go a little bit to your left with the cursor there? But wait, stop, slower. Go to your right. Where you have that short that failed apparently.
Oh, this one right here?
Yeah, that low over there. Did we just touch it?
Yeah, this one. Well, we passed it. So, also what I put here, this was on Friday. I was watching that this was a strong level of what is it, support to the upside here. As it was ranging. So I put this here, and I'm like, this is interesting. I'm gonna leave this here for Sunday just to see how this reacts off. And as you can see, the wick here, it touched it, and then you had a slow, reaction
I'm
to
not
the downside.
talking about that. Switch to my screen
Okay.
just for a second.
Gotcha. Right now, boss.
Let me
1 second.
let me show you something. What I'm talking about.
Okay.
What I'm talking about is this, and what might be happening right now is we just tested these lows. I think this is where you have your Friday's short. We just tested these lows. Apparently we are reacting to them. We have that fair value gap there, and I would guess that this guy is an order block on the 1 minute. Right. You have some bearish candles here. So in all...
Can you go back to your 5 minute? I'm sorry, if you don't mind, please.
No problem.
Okay, you talking about the 1, 2, 3, the fifth candle up, man?
Yes. Give me a second. Let me zoom in and hide those indicator stuff. Okay. What I'm talking about is this. Probably it's going to come to the gap now. Maybe test the high of the opening range.
Yeah, or to find some more demand zone in there.
Yeah, or test these guys over here, and only then maybe it'll go up. And this area looks nice because just before going up, it took out this low.
Those equal. Yeah, I see that. Yeah. That's actually the
So in theory, it taking this liquidity and moving up gives it a higher chance of this fair value gap working on your side.
So that what you just said, it just reacted off that. I put my stop loss there and it closed me out. I recovered some of my losses, a lot of them, but I could definitely see what you're seeing on the 1 minute. So I put the same fair value that you just showed me, and now that zone, I think that's when you said that it should start ranging. But I mean, it's possibly it could keep going up, but now you can see how prices are slowly ranging now.
Yeah. Yes, probably. It'll probably react to this gap. It still hasn't gotten there.
But I do like what you said earlier, how that those two equal lows. I think you said on the 1 minute.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's also a nice level of.
That's not equal lows though. It's an S&P. It did grab that low, so it's not equal lows. If it was equal lows, then I would expect it to come for those lows. But because it did take the low, then I expect it to continue going up. Time will tell, I guess.
Yeah. Now, since it closed me out, what I'm gonna wait for now is to see if it continues, going down to there's that zone, and then probably ends for another long.
For example, if you do get in on another trade, either on the gap or on the block, this low over here is a valid invalidation. Get what I mean? Because going past that low can totally mean that we can go to the low end of the opening range. So the opening range, it starts here, 5 minutes is over here. So yeah, so this is the opening range.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
The 5-minute opening, wait, oh, it's a 15-minute as well, even if I drag it out as a 15-minute.
Yeah, no, yeah, you're correct.
So I can perfectly imagine it testing this high again, as also a secondary test of the Fair Value Gap, and then continuing going up. Totally possible, yeah. If not, I would wait for the Hong Kong Open, because the Hong Kong Open generally takes some kind of liquidity and then moves in the opposing direction, much like New York a lot of the times does.
Gotcha.
I don't remember what we were talking about before.
Oh, about the wick on the 205.75, I think.
Oh yeah. So if we do take it, yeah. So let me post that as well. If we do take it, I will be looking at this previous structural high over there, 4 hour. Maybe the daily can be more. Yeah, the daily time frame is clearer here. Daily previous structural high. I'm gonna delete this because it's what we were talking about now. These guys don't matter anymore. Okay, and points of control. Did I mark them all? Not yet. So let me mark those guys over there. Five, 150. And naked point of control. And this is also view. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Okay. View app here. View app there. View app there. Let me see if we have a TPO reason to go past there. Yes. So this is a poor TPO low. Oh wait, that's my line. No, that's, what is that? Never mind. We have one guy over here, which would kind of destroy my theory if we do need to go there. My idea would be to only react to this guy and continue going up, but this suggests that this low over here is a bad low. I mean, I can see why it's a kind of a weird way to end the day. But we have a very, very clear guy over here. I'm gonna mark that over there. And to be honest, I guess that's it. Let me change to the daily now. Oh, let me just say that this is a 30-minute.
I'm gonna mute my microphone because I'm eating, so I don't want you guys to hear me eating on crunching bones, man.
Appreciate that, bro. Okay. No, this gap doesn't matter. This gap doesn't matter. That one I think still exists. Let me change to the regular trading hours. Oh, we have a new one, right? I forgot about that. That is filled. That is not filled. That is still not filled, I think. Oh, it is. Never mind, never mind, never mind. Oh, okay. That explains it. That explains it. And so these gaps, I don't know if you know, if you change, if you go on any of the CME charts and you change here to regular trading hours, it'll show you the, well, the regular trading hours, right? And the gaps that exist in between them. Typically those gaps have a very high tendency to be filled, almost like FVGs, normal FVGs and stuff. And on the TPO chart we have this low marked out as a weak low. So it being a weak low and having an unfilled gap just creates like a double logic for it to continue going down. Do we have more? Not really. Everything else is already filled, so this might be an amazing bottom to invest actually, instead of just talking about trading. Like 5163 might be super interesting for an investment. Wait, I minimized Discord, but I got the notification. Let me move this. Jump back and along. Where you set the FEGs at? Okay, okay. Yeah, I prefer not to trade before New York Open, and I'm still learning DS, but good luck, man. I think it makes sense. Going up to fill the gap, I think it makes total sense. So now, what am I expecting? At the very least, fill the opening gap that we created. If Asia creates a power of 3 to the downside first, meaning that it manipulates to the downside and then changes structure bullishly, then I think going up here, at least at the beginning of it, might be very interesting. 5417 on the CME chart, which is the high of 2nd of August at 14:30 UTC +1 my time, London time. Let me check vectors. It's interesting because going for the high would mean covering all of the vectors that are yet to be recovered. So that gives me like 10 minutes of fame. You're new here, but this is how I prefer, man. I prefer to have people like contributing, you know what I mean? I prefer the interaction instead of just me talking. and talking and talk. I hate talking alone, so I hate talking alone. That trade, man. Um, keep in mind that it can just continue going up. So if you manage to trail it using structure, like every time you create order blocks and then lower lows, or in this case higher lows, if you trail it from those lows, you might actually have a shot of going for the bottom there. So keep in mind that can be a very big long. Try to trail it instead of just closing it when you get to the TP. Try to move it up the stop loss. Try to keep moving the stop loss because you might get lucky, man. Although I still think that Asia might screw you. Yeah, man, that was a. I guess that was a nice call, huh? The 5-minute fair value gap there was a nice call. Yeah, that was a nice call. If this, I'll in my spare time, I'll take a look to see if this happens frequently, because if it does, you know, it's just a valid strategy like any other. At least for starting Monday as well, which is a challenge on its own. Trying to pass 2 combines. I have 50k from my funded futures. I had a very bad day on one of the days that I was trading. I had a very bad day and got me in like 1k drawdown. And then traded a little bit worse after that, you know, psychology. But I recovered a big chunk on Friday with the drop. I had a nice short. So I'm basically I think I am, let me check, I don't know. I can I am at, let me check my dashboard. I still have a long way to go, man. But if I do get out of this drawdown, I'll be much happier than just passing the challenge, to be honest. I'm at 48,655. I still need, just to get out of drawdown, need quite a bit above 1k. But you know very well that getting 1k can very easily just be one trade and that's it. So I'll just try to you know, keep doing my strategy and the things that have been working best instead of trying to find trades everywhere, you know what I mean? And lately what has been working really well for me was doing the New York Open, so I will be focusing more on that whilst paying attention to gold as well, because I have a nice plan for gold and I think it's probable. Let me check what Vince wrote on Bitcoin. 12-hour science. To be honest, Vince, I don't really know what I'm looking at. Like, I know the things that I'm looking at and what they mean, but I don't know what you mean. Hour 1 idea. Don't tell me this can't be traded. I think you can trade this. Oh, okay, I see it. The candle, the doji candle. Yeah, that's what that area is what I said, man. Previous posters. keep in mind, vents, those are inside candles, inside bars. I'm pointing that out because there are a bunch of information about inside bars. If you search them, if you Google them, you're gonna find a lot of information about inside bars, okay? And because you like to study things, YouTube search inside bars. Speaking about the gray zones, that gray zone was a support resistance area that you had, right? Yeah. Chill out. What the hell is this, bro? Oh man, what you posted on Chill Zone? Okay. So, essentially, about just to finish the ES, this gap is too big to be ignored, and I do not think it'll be a good resistance area. I think it's one of those places that just gets recovered, period, end of story. Taking that and, for example, closing a 4-hour above that means getting to that CME's gaps high. As the world is kind of fucked right now, and that is a little bit improbable, I would bet instead of going to 5,200 or 5163, which is one of the places that we marked. It's 5138 is also a view up. That would be an interesting place to start buying the S&P, man. I think it's a good investment as a DCA. And overall, just an overall trade, man. If that fails, or let's suppose that you are an investor and you buy there, next buy would be this monthly level at 4846. Basically, all the monthly levels are kind of juicy for trades, to be honest. Any of them. But right now, I'm expecting Jose to win that trade. Take those highs. Asia should range. Don't forget that we had a massive expansion on Friday, and when that happens, Asian sessions do tend to range and create accumulation zones. So I am expecting something like that to happen, and as such, trading the Asian session today might be extremely hard. You will probably not have... They did? Let me check. Why though? Let's see. Well, I don't see a particular reason except that vector over there. Yeah, but that's the thing. If you react to an FEG and create a breakup structure, which you did, if you then come back to it, that FEG will be completely useless. So now, if there is a shot for continuation upwards, would be probably from this order block over here. So that FEG, as you are almost seeing, just 2 more ticks down, and you will see that FEG is useless. Probably useless. If there's any type of reaction, it'll be either from that high or from the order block, probably. To be fair, this is one of the setups that we typically trade when you create a fair value gap as a vector and then you completely engulf it. this is a setup for a short most of the times, and it is one of the things that I trade during New York Open. It usually works out well, and you can just mark it in. No limit, no whatever. You can generally mark it in. One thing that does tend to happen is for it to, if this candle over here does not test a gap, it'll tend to come back for the gap, but after that you can generally move the stop to break even. Anyway, so filling this gap should be high probability. Let me see, is this equal? These are kind of, let's say, relative equal highs. This order block is not tested. I don't expect it to work because of the gap. And then this guy is an SFP. So here's the thing. Because this guy is an SFP, and because all of this is a vector, and because this is the bottom of the gap, one thing that can happen is we range here a bit more, eventually fill this, range a little bit more, then maybe come to this, not fill the whole gap, and then have a much greater bearish reaction as a continuation to the poor.
Hey, yo, boys, I have to dip.
See you later,
See
my
you
friend.
tomorrow.
Do you have
You're
school?
gonna be...
No, right? You're on vacation, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm not gonna be for London, right?
I am not going to be here for London, but I will be for New York Open.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, deal. See you then. Bye, bro.
See you later,
Good
bro.
night.
Sleep well.
Sleep well. You too. Bye.
Going back to the 4-hour and daily head and shoulders. Yes, I think that's very probable. Also, now that you mentioned that, I should mark out that low over there. That low should be interesting enough. That would mean basically maybe an SFP. Maybe. But I wouldn't be surprised if it doesn't get there. That being said, now that we have this idea, let's take a look at the NQ. Because ooh. Do you notice this difference? On the NQ, we also have a previous structural point, but that previous structural point is not... Let me check this one more time. Interesting. Okay, this is interesting in this sense. On the daily chart, this is a breaker block, technically. This is basically like an order block that goes through, that gets pierced through by a fair value gap. So this is actually a breaker. I gotta change this template. Never did, always forget. Let me do that now. I need this in 12, italic. Save as. Okay. This technically would be a breaker, and it's a liquidity grab. It's kind of in the middle of the gap. So that actually is a possibility to go there. Okay. Now on the NQ, it's quite different. It's still valid though, the same idea. However, let me show you a massive difference here. It's not inside a gap. And on top of not being inside of a gap, we have equal highs here, which means liquidity waiting to be grabbed. Now let me change to the regular trading hours. That's also interesting because the equal highs are the beginning of the gap. And this is the high of the gap. So we are already considerably ranging here. This is also already a considerable range. That's very interesting. It's more interesting on the NQ because this is the last vector that we have to be recovered. It would mean taking out equal highs and get to a gap. So maybe when you do get to a gap, maybe you take out some of this liquidity, but there's a possibility that after that you start going down again. The alternative would be to leave the gap completely, kind of like we left this one, right? On this one, we basically came up to the dollar of a TR pocket here, literally 19,700. We came back to this TR pocket, and then it was the bottom of the RTH gap that we have there. We still haven't filled it up. We also did have, now that I'm noticing, by the way, we also did have a market opening gap right here. It's not only an RTH gap. And there is a possibility that we just continue going down, because we do have also an RTH gap at 18,259. Sorry, 18,3. Let me see. 18,153. We might just be heading there. We might just be heading there. That would mean here. If the NQ, if the ES follows the NQ, which is generally not the case, generally it's the other way around. But if it does, this means that it'll just keep dropping instead of even filling the market open gap. Okay, it reacted to the block I talked about. I guess we'll see now. But I guess that is it in terms of the bias is taking out either those equal highs and then going down if you see a reversal model, or if you see a typical New York Open reaction. And going down is logical for all sorts of reasons, even fundamental analysis based on the world, right, being all messed up. Wars and shit. Because if not, it has to go up now. Like, it has to go up today. Not exactly now, but what I mean is today, because going down, all of this will fail. All of this makes no sense to work. Well, technically speaking, from smart money concepts and theories, you know, they're all theories, so we can never be sure. But technically speaking, from a liquidity standpoint and volume standpoint, I think that's what is more logical. Filling this gap anyway should be a high probability move. And after that is when probably I will have something to work with during Asia or during New York. We'll see. In the meantime, let me just check before going away, because I have to eat something for then to be able to trade the Asia session. The CME is going down. Not much happening here. On the CME it does look like we're going down, but not much is happening on the Binance chart as a comparison. I think my idea might be very probable. Time will tell. Let me set an alert here. Wait, didn't I already do that? Was it maybe on MXC? It was on MXC. Let me remove this from here actually. Let me change it to the Binance chart. I have to, I'm gonna start working more on this one, considering that I'm not trading on MXC anymore. Or at least not lately. Look for longs. There. And on this guy, look for shorts. Okay, that is it, guys. Do you have any questions? Anything that you need help with before I go? You can write on chat or talk, whatever. Hey Josh, buddy, I can hear some sounds. I guess it's wind, bro. I don't know what's happening. Are you there, Josh? I'm gonna mute you, bro. Let me just send a DM. Oh, you're there. No, the microphone is on.
What about now?
The microphone is on and I can hear your lovely voice.
Can you hear me talk?
What?
Oh, you can hear me.
Yes, I can hear you. Miss your voice, brother. You gotta show up more often. If you can, of course.
Right. Yeah, I gotta start today. Been going over everything you said, just getting back into it, get the feel.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Been a lot of work, man.
I imagine. Me too, but it has been about trading.
Work, man.
I got a bunch of I got a bunch of stuff to blow your mind whenever you're ready.
I gotta hurry up and get on your Alpha 33.
Yeah. You don't have to worry. I don't have a lot of people. I haven't really been working on marketing at all, man. I gotta work more on YouTube and social media and stuff. I haven't been doing any of that, and obviously as a consequence, I'm not getting much people, right? I have been focusing on my own trading and my own stuff, so you know, I haven't been. Well, I guess I'm proving what I said in the past, that I'm not a very good salesman. So I'm just proving my point, basically. I guess.
That's cool. You just
But
gotta
yeah,
put up the trade.
man, I'm
keep
just
spitting out.
yeah.
That's all I care about. That's why I need to just get into this. The only Discord I ever listen to, so.
Thanks, man. But yeah, I gotta work on it. Yeah.
It's easier for me because it gets more confusing when you listen to other people.
That is true. I had that feeling when I was in Jason Casper's VIP, and like if I if I was listening to my favorite was Boyan's and White Phoenix's streams. If I was listening to anything else other than them, I would just feel overwhelmed. Like too much information, too many things to consider and talk about and all that stuff. So I never really liked it very much. So
Like you said,
I just stick to
everything
one.
works. You gotta stick to just one.
Yeah.
One way.
But yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna get on to your
Yeah.
mentorship and all that stuff.
Whenever you want,
I
my
got
friend.
2 days now. I'm ready.
I'm gonna start doing.
Actually, motivated me. Working this much has motivated me to get into it more.
I am going if everything goes well, I'm gonna start doing Uber driving this month. Just
Cool.
to have like a safety net and not be as stressed with money all the time, you know. And
it's not stressful. Drop stuff off, take trucks.
it's just different, man. If you have that safety net, you don't. I think you're more relaxed. That helps with everything. And like these past 2 months, we haven't talked much, but these past 2 months were just hard, man. Like too many unexpected events happening, and it just wasn't easy. So, and it kind of screwed my progress a little bit in terms of accounts, of growing my personal accounts. So, what I mean is, regarding what you were saying, I am gonna start doing overdriving, and of course that affects my schedules and stuff. But it's just a matter of us setting up a schedule for the classes, and we can work it out. So whenever you need to, just send me a DM, and we can check our available times. You know, we'll figure something out.
It'll always be Friday through Sunday.
No problem.
But I'll do it.
No problem, bro.
Take those small bites. Get ahead. Life too.
You can. I haven't been doing it much because people haven't been available as well. But one of the things that I talked about doing in Premium was doing a weekly mentorship for everyone, even people that are not in a specific one-on-one mentorship. But we can try to do it, like if no one else is available, we can try to do it on Saturdays, for example, so that you are able to attend. And for example, this is me being a bad salesman once again, but what I wanted to say was that in that sense, you can, if you just want to do like small bites to, I kind of like, should I say like getting back to on a horse, you know? If you want to do just that, might as well just not go in for a full mentorship if you're not able to, commit to it, right?
Yeah, I think I will. I've thought about it a lot.
Well, whenever you need me, bro, send me a DM and we'll figure it out.
Absolutely. Andrea, thank you.
No problem, man. Thank you.
Thank you, man. It helps everybody.
Yeah.
Helps all of
us. You should try to. I have stuff on. Now that you have access to Premium, at least for this week. I have some stuff that I haven't shared with the open community on resources and alpha education and stuff. Check it out. Download whatever there is to download.
Yeah, I did.
There are some interesting stuff there. Might as well take advantage of that. I'm liking this order block for a long, guys. That's a possible reaction to continue up. Like it. If not, if this is not the case, then I don't know what it is. However, to be honest, I personally will not take it because I would rather just wait for the Hong Kong Open. But this, I think this does make sense. Like, that's a triple SFP, man. If it's not going to take off from here, it's only going to take off from one of the session openings. Doesn't make sense to do it before or after that. And guys, I'm gonna sign off here. I will be coming back to the on the premium section. You got streaming rooms that say trading sessions. Because this week is free for premium. If you guys want to check the, where did I post that? I think it was on Alpha Spark News. There's a link. You can click that and activate premium for a week. I will be streaming on the trading sessions channel, which is on the premium community section. There's like a it's a normal voice channel there. I will be streaming for the Asia Open, the Hong Kong Open, and I will be streaming for the New York Open for the next 5 days. So if you wanna try to catch up and do some trades with me, try to connect there. And if you're anyone watching on YouTube, I got an amazing 3. I don't know if any of those 3 are any of you guys. But if someone is watching on YouTube now or another day, on my profile page you got a WAP link, a WAP.com link. If you click that, there's a premium access for 7 days this current week. I will be doing it until next Sunday, so you can use it to catch on and take advantage of premium for the next 7 days basically. And you know, that way maybe I can help you guys learn something new or evolve in something that you already use. And right now I have a little bit of time. I'm gonna get something to eat, and maybe an hour from now, maybe 30 minutes from now, I'm gonna be on the trading sessions channel if you guys want to join. So I'll see you later. Thank you, brother. Much love as well from Portugal. Bye bye, Elena. See you guys later.